You are tuned in to the Motivated Podcast every Monday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate each and every one of you for your support. And like I always say over here on Marlene Motivates, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
And shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. So many technical difficulties today, but we're pushing through. Welcome to the Motivated Podcast, where we podcast about motivation, inspiration, positivity, all of those things. And I definitely was not giving up in giving you the message. Today's Motivated Podcast is really important, a very important one. And it's, as you've seen by the title, be encouraged, be inspired, and be yourself. First off, talking about this topic of being encouraged. Before I do that, I have to say, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to Marlene Motivates. I give out motivation and inspiration every single day, and hit the like. I'd really appreciate it. On today's podcast, I want to give a message of hope and encouragement to everybody. There's a lot of reasons why we may get discouraged. Life is full of stress, stressors, stressful people, weird people, strange people. that we have to deal with on a day to day basis. But I'm giving out some encouragement for you today, and reasons for you to be encouraged. First of all, you should be encouraged because you are somebody. You're somebody special and you're somebody important. No matter what it is that you have gone through or you are currently going through, be encouraged. And I looked up the definition of the word encourage, and it means to give support, confidence, or hope to someone or even ourselves. Yes, most of the time we give out encouragement and to everybody, but are we also giving encouragement to ourselves? It also means to uplift. It means to cheer on, to give hope to someone or ourselves. And with this life, with problems, with stress, it seems that we really have to fight hard to stay encouraged. We have every reason sometimes to give up. We have every reason to not feel confident. We have every reason to throw in the towel. We have every reason to give up hope. But we have to be the ones to make that choice to be encouraged. I feel like it's a wonderful thing. And I love to talk about encouragement. It's all about really what we center our mind on, what we focus our mind on. And when we focus our mind on the things that isn't working, the things that haven't worked out in our life, actually sometimes the things that we think hasn't worked out is exactly what needed to happen for us to be the person that we are today. I know I can say that for myself. A lot of times we think that things haven't worked out for us or it's not working out for us. And it's working out exactly how it's meant to be for us in order for us to have what we need in our life. So when I say that be encouraged, I mean encourage your own self no matter what you have been through, no matter what other people have done, no matter what other people have said about you. People will always pronounce negativity on you. People will always talk about what you have done in the past or the mistakes that they have made, but they will never think about uplifting you, supporting you, cheering you on. And that's a gift that we have to give ourselves. I really want to talk about that today. Um, the message of encouragement has to be something that we have to personally want. It's something that you have to want as a grown woman, and it has to be something you have to want as a grown man. Now, don't think that it's going to be an easy course or an easy road to be encouraged. The moment when you start making decisions, I'm going to go after this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to be positive, everything in your life will start happening. People will start being negative, people will say hurtful things to you. It just seems like problem after problem start happening to you. And it's just to show you really that there's life, and it also shows you really who you are on the inside. Every single person has been through something or is currently going through something. And that's why I really wanted to give this message today. And I wasn't giving up, even through technical difficulties, to encourage you and also to encourage myself that no matter how you feel physically, no matter what you're going through mentally, what you're dealing with spiritually, what your finances look like, whatever is happening to you, you have to be the one to say, no matter what is happening to me, no matter who is in my life, no matter what other people say about me, I'm going to fix my mind and my thoughts on what I can do. And that is very helpful. If we only focus our mind on the people who don't like us or the things that have gone wrong, we will always stay in that negative space. And we deserve way more than staying in the negative. We have to allow our mind to be focused on the positive, and we have to actually want to cheer on our own self. We have to cheer on our own self. We have to encourage our own self. Bad allergies today. We have to encourage our own self and remind ourselves that there's hope for me. I can do some great things. I have amazing things that's coming for me, great things that are going to happen for me. But because we face challenges sometimes, because we face disappointments, people who are discouraging, or our life is not in a position that we really want it to be in, we feel some type of way about our life. So don't let your life be an evaluation of what has happened to you. Your life is phenomenal. Your life is great. And the things that happen to us shape us into being who we need to be. It really does. It shapes us into who we need to be, and who you are as a person is phenomenal. Okay. Who you are as a woman, who you are as a man is phenomenal. But we have to be the ones to believe in that. We are the ones that have to nurture and foster that within ourselves. We can't change it. We can't change this life, you know. We have Shay Love in the house. How are you doing, Shay? Welcome. I really appreciate you being here. Happy Monday. Happy new week to you. That's right, Shay Love. That's right. Yes, me too. I'm learning. I think every day we learn something about life. We learn something about ourselves. We do. Hey, Boss Life Online. How are you doing? Welcome in. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Um, and that's one of the things about life is we can choose to either be encouraged or discouraged. And that's something that I didn't know about myself. I didn't know that about life. I thought that when I was going through something, I had no choice, because if my life was hard and tough and difficult and stressful, I felt like my only choice was to be negative, like my situation. But I had to feed that in my mind, that my life is going to be what I make it. My life is going to be what I choose. My life is going to be what I do and what I say and who I put in my life. That's the reason a lot of times why we're not encouraged. We feel some type of way about ourselves, or we feel a certain type of way about other people because of what we personally are allowing. And I had to be woman enough to ask myself that question: what am I allowing in my life that I shouldn't? Or as a man, what am I allowing in my life that I shouldn't? Who am I allowing in my life? What am I focusing my thoughts on? What do I think about? How am I nurturing and fostering my elevation and my encouragement? Yeah, it takes work every day to be encouraged, because I don't know not one person that every single day they feel positive and encouraged throughout the whole day. There's nobody. I think that's something impossible. But we always can choose the direction of our day, the direction of our thoughts, the direction of our choices. Because if we make a choice to say, I'm going to be encouraged, I'm going to stay encouraged, and I'm also going to encourage others, that comes with responsibility and it comes with action. So we have to put the action out there in the atmosphere. I don't feel encouraged today. Actually, I feel pretty negative. I feel down. And then let myself get to the bottom of that, get to what's under that pain, that hurt, that sadness, and then encourage my own self, support my own self. And that's something that a lot of us don't do. Um, I know for myself, I'm definitely a very stubborn person, and I don't like to ask for help. I think I honestly don't want to seem like I'm bothering other people. That's always been my thing. I've never been a person to like wear out my welcome and like constantly ask people to support me or be there for me or whatever it is. But that's not really the reality of it. The reality of it is when we care about ourselves, when we love our own self, or when we're not thinking a way that we should, everybody needs to reach out for support. And to get encouraged, to be encouraged, and to stay encouraged, we can't do it on our own. That's why it's important, what you are feeding your mind. What do you feed your mind? What are you thinking about? And I have to say that there's sometimes I'm thinking a way that is not good. And I have to check myself on that and say, that's not a positive thought. Actually, that's very discouraging. Let's think about something else. And for me, what helps me to be encouraged is changing the direction of not focusing on this, but looking at that. And that's helped me a lot to not focus on what I can't change. And I think that's just about everybody. You guys let me know in the comment section too. We usually focus on the things that we're upset about, things that we don't like, instead of focusing on the good things, the positive things, the great things that has happened for you. I know for sure every day we wake up, we're alive, we have a new opportunity, we have chances, we can breathe, and most of us can take care of ourselves, uh, feed and clothe ourselves. We have a place to live. So all of those things are blessings, things that we should be grateful for. And when we stay in the mode of looking to what we have and not focusing our mind on what we don't have, that definitely has been changing the direction of my thoughts. It's helped me a lot to stay encouraged because I'm not thinking about what I don't have, or trying to look what other people have. Learning that contentment. And in today's society, most people are not content with what they have. They always are driven to say more, more, more. And it's nothing wrong if you want more in your life, that's fine. But I had to, for my own mental health, for my own keeping my stress down and keeping myself encouraged, I had to say what was good for myself. And the same thing for you all. Focus in on what is good for you. What do you personally need in your life? What is the direction of your life? Are you happy? Are you doing the things that you need to do for yourself? Are you doing what you need to do for you, not doing for yourself to please other people and to make them happy, but learning to make your own self happy? That's so important. Yes, Boss Life Online, the positive things. There's enough negative things, right? There's enough negative things in this life. There's enough negative things, negative people. We could always come up with a long list of cons in our life. The things that are wrong, the things that are rough, a bad set of cards that we've been given, or people who are coming against us, or whatever it is. We can always focus our mind on those things, but we have to ask ourselves why. It's wasted time, wasted effort, wasted energy, and we deserve to think about better and bigger things for ourselves. See, over here, we're motivated, we're inspired to have a certain life, because we know that we're not going to cast our thoughts on thinking about what we can't change. We think about the things that we can change, and that will help us to keep going. Okay, so I want to say to all of you with this message, be encouraged. There's a lot of things that are discouraging in your life, but look for the silver lining. Look for the simple things that you have. Your the breath of life. You have a new day. You have a place to live. You have food to eat. And if you even have more, like people in your life that care about you, all of these things are what help us to stay encouraged. Saying be encouraged is one thing, because that's what people will say, be encouraged. But to stay encouraged, to stay on track, to stay focused in our life, we definitely have to cast our mind into thinking things that is in our control and not worry about what we can't. That definitely keeps me on the right road, moving forward. Because if I tend to allow my mind to think, oh, this isn't going right, and this isn't going right, and this person said this, and this person said that, and I don't have this, and I want that. If you let your mind go down that rabbit hole of negativity or of doubting or not being content with what you have, it's hard for you to be encouraged because you don't think that you have enough. You don't think that you are enough. You feel inadequate, and you're not. I wanted to give this message of knowing that you are adequate. You are enough. You have enough. Learning to be okay with who you are, with what has happened to you in your life. Embracing all of that, embracing changes. That's one of the hardest things in life that I have found. It's okay when things are going the way it wants to, but then something shifts and change. Either people shift out of your life, or situations happen beyond your control and you have to make some changes. So when life causes you to change, encourage yourself. Say, this is a new opportunity. It's all about how we look at our life. How do you choose to look at your life? Do you choose to be positive? Do you choose to believe in yourself when it's hard? Do you choose to look at all of the good things in your life, or do you focus your mind on the things that you don't have? That is something that we personally have to do on an individual basis. You have to look at your situation and ask yourself certain questions. Am I doing the best that I can? Am I taking care of myself the way that I should? Do I have people in my life that are encouraging and supporting me as well? And that's something that's very important in our being encouraged, is we can put all the work in and have our mind focused on good things, but if you don't have encouraging people around you, it's going to take you down just as fast as you came up. You're going to fall right back down, because your associates, your friends, your relatives, whoever it is that is in your life, those people impact you mentally. It impacts you financially. It impacts your get up and go, your desire to do certain things. And if you have people in your life that are discouraging, that are negative, that don't support you, that don't give you the confidence and tell you that you can do great things, it will cause you to go in the opposite direction and be discouraged and feel negative and feel that there is no hope and to feel like you're nobody when you're not. You're not. You are phenomenal. Every single one of us is phenomenal in our own way. Just your life, just your set of circumstances. Everybody has something that they have been through in their life, and we can always teach another person. We can help another person. We can heal. We can listen. We can support. So, while I always will start off this discussion by talking about how important it is to be your own advocate, to support yourself, and to do all of those things, and to look at what you have and be grateful for what you do have, is also very important. The people we have in our life, that are they helping you to elevate, or are they declining you in your life? And it will happen very subtly. It doesn't take much. It does not take much for people can say one thing and it can get us down for months or years. That's why the things that people say is important, but also we have to work on what is our self talk. And that's something that I've been working on more so every single day. Is so important for us to say those positive affirmations about ourselves, whatever it is that you do. And we all know ourselves. What is it that you do? Who are you to other people? Encourage yourself with that. I'm a motivator. I inspire people. I'm a good leader. I'm a great friend. I'm loyal. I'm whatever it is that you are to people, encourage yourself with that. Don't leave yourself out of the equation of when it comes to your own encouragement, while you give out encouragement, you also need to receive encouragement. Yes, Boss Life Online. Yes, positive things. Yes, we must hang out with positive people. It's important. If you're around people and they're always talking about negativity, they're always talking about what's not working, what's not happening, and this is awful, and my life isn't this way. We all have problems. Don't get me wrong. Every single person has problems, and everybody needs somebody that they can vent with, and they can say, this is what's happening to me, this is what's hurting me, blah blah blah. Everybody needs that sort of support that they can vent to. But make sure it's not somebody that has evil motives, evil intentions. You know, hang out with people who are positive. That's so important. And I have my next point in this. When we talk about be inspired, what does it even mean to be inspired? Being inspired means to make someone feel they want to do something and you can do it. That that always chokes me up when I talk about being inspired. Is a part of my channel song. And when I talk about being inspired, it means putting hope into yourself. Also, when we are inspired ourselves, we inspire other people. It's a give and a take, but it's important that we inspire our own self. Think about the things that you've been through. um Feel, you have to feel like you want to do something. You have to feel like, I have a reason to be here, I have a purpose, I have something that I'm good at. And that is, they all go together. Being encouraged also goes with being inspired, because when you start thinking about what you have been through, what you continue to do, you are inspiring and encouraging your own self. And it's so important to remind yourself, remember when you did this, remember when you went through that, remember you're going through this and you're still going. I'm proud of you. It's important for us to pat our own self on the back. We're human beings, we make mistakes, we hurt people, but we also are doing a great job. And it's important as women and as men that we encourage our own self. Inspire your own self, inspire change in yourself. You know, the definition of inspiration is to make someone feel they want to do something. When is the last time you asked yourself that same thing? What is the last thing that I'm trying to make myself feel like I want to do something? Like, what is something that you're looking forward to doing? What is something that you're working on? Are you encouraging and inspiring yourself to do it, to go through with it, to face the challenges, to go through the fire? We have to put that inside of ourselves. There's nobody that can tell us that we can do something more than us. But you got to see it, you got to visualize it. It has to be inside of you, and you have to have that desire to want it. You have to have the desire to want change. And I think inspiration and change go hand in hand. Um, you inspire yourself by looking at yourself and saying, I can do something. And when you know you can do something, you have to say, how can I do it? And then you follow through. So you have to have that change inside of you. You have to stop being so comfortable with your life how it is. When we get comfortable, we don't get inspired to do anything. We just say, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. I want to stay here because that's easier. It's easier to stay in comfort than to step outside of comfort and do something. And like you guys know, I say this all the time. We have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. There's certain things that you have to walk through, learning something, changing your life, changing your mindset, changing your circumstances, changing friends, changing what you do for your business, even opening up, maybe if you want to have your own business, allowing yourself to make mistakes, realizing that you're human. That's a part of being inspirational, not only to yourself, but inspiring other people, that when it was tough, when it was hard, when they were fighting, they still kept going. I encourage every single one of you, when you feel down, when you feel discouraged, when you're going through something, this is the time where you must inspire yourself. You got to encourage your own self. There is nobody who is going to do that for you but you. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Let's see what I missed. We have Realist One here in the building. How are you doing, Realist? Appreciate you being here. Happy Monday. Yes, everybody, hit that like respectfully. Thank you so much. Hey, Real Talk, Mr. Prince, how are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Monday to you and to everybody in the chat. So, yeah, being inspired is something that, you know, when I started learning that about myself, inspiration, I always said, how can I inspire my own self? And that means me getting up every day and saying, I can do this. I can do something different. And it's me following through with my actions. I'm going to make this phone call. I'm going to make this appointment. I'm going to do this. But it's letting myself win. And I say that to all of you. You inspire yourself when you let yourself win. And this life will cause you and make you feel like you can't win. Other people will tell you that you can't win, but you know different. You know the calling that has been placed on your life. You know what you're worth. You know what you can do. You know what you're capable of. So don't let other people who are low vibrational, negative, have evil motives. People want to see you get broke down. People want to see you sad. They want to see you angry. Don't give them that. Don't give people that. Foster that inside of yourself. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have joy. I deserve to have good things, and I deserve to have peace. I deserve peace, and you deserve peace too. Every single one of us deserves to have peaceful situations, peaceful circumstances. And for myself, I could never have peace because I was also always around drama. I was always watching drama. I was involving myself in drama. So I had to say for myself, if you want peace, you have to make some changes. Yeah. And that's the uncomfortable part that nobody wants to do. I didn't want to make any changes. I wanted to do what was comfortable. I wanted to do what was easy. I wanted the fast track. But yeah, it doesn't work. Taking the shortcuts. Don't take shortcuts. Do it the right way. When you do things the right way, then you can be at peace with your own self because you know you did what you needed to do. So I inspire in all of you that you can do it, whatever it is for you, whatever it is that you want to try, whatever it is that you want to go for it and do it. Okay. And this is the last point that I have. I'm going to put the link in here. Um, let me put this link in here because I feel like this is a good topic for others to, be encouraged by this podcast. Um, and also being yourself. Be yourself. Let me put that banner up. Be yourself, everybody. There is nobody like you. I always say, often imitated, never duplicated. People can try to be like you. People can take your sayings. People can steal ideas. People can do all kinds of stuff. People can like you, not like you, whatever. It should not matter at the end of the day for stopping you from being who you are. Don't let anybody stop you from being you in the way you want to talk, the way you want to look, the way you want to dress, your perspective, what goals you have. Be you. Now, I looked this up because I thought it was important for this discussion. In being yourself, you like who you are. I found that to be so profound. You like who you are. That means self love. It means you feel adequate within yourself. You don't feel inadequate. You have enough confidence. You have self esteem. All of this is so important. And there's nobody that can give you that gift but you. It's something you got to work on every day. I like myself for who I am. And it also means living life how you want. And we get outside of that sometimes because, having children, being in a romantic relationship, having friends, working, responsibilities, we get outside of being ourselves because our life is not really ours. We have to be there for everybody and supportive of everybody, and we're pulled in every direction. But are you doing things for you that takes you back to your center, takes you back to your core, in helping you to live the life that you personally want? If nobody can do that for you but you have to make that decision. I have to stop living life on other people's terms and start living my life on my terms. Now, when you are yourself, it's going to offend some people. Some people will be big mad, big upset, jealous, angry when you start focusing on yourself. When you allow yourself to just be you. You don't have to talk, act, support, do things if it's not what you want to do. Being yourself means this is who I am, these are my opinions, and I'm going to stick to them. And it feels good to be in the skin of someone who says, this is me, unapologetic. I not only like myself, I'm my own friend, but I also can feed that support, energy, and vibration to other people. So when we are ourselves, regardless of other people and what they not like, whatever, we still continue to be ourselves. I think that that's wonderful. And I support that in every single person. Be who you are and not what other people want you to be. And also, regardless of other people's opinions, people are always going back and forth on opinions. Who likes me? Who doesn't like me? Who cares? Who cares if somebody likes you? I always say, they're not paying my bills. I ain't paying no bills in this house. They're not taking care of me. They don't understand me. They don't like me. And they don't know my backstory. They have not walked in my shoes. They are not me. And being yourself means having enough courage to say, this is me. I'm going to do me. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take time for my mental health. I'm going to go after my goals. I'm going to face my fears because I'm me. And I know what I want and I know what I personally need. Okay. So that's very important, everybody. There's nothing better than that freedom that you don't have to put up this facade. You don't have to put up this show, trying to be like other people and the fakeness and the phoniness. It's nothing as wonderful as knowing yourself, loving yourself, and being exactly who you are, not who other people want you to be. Be yourself is always good enough, everybody. Always, always, and always. Okay. Another part of being yourself is respecting yourself, respecting that I have boundaries. This is as far as you can go, and putting that in place. And the people who don't like your boundaries, it's tough. Then they can go. Tell them step. You don't have to be here. I don't want you here. We have to have enough courage to be that way all the time. I respect myself. I respect other people, but I respect myself too. And I'm not willing to be around people who think that they can just talk, treat, or manipulate me. And being yourself, it means that you know your own personal worth. I know what I'm made of. I know what I deserve. And because I respect myself, I can respect others. Respect yourself, everybody. And this is an important one too in being yourself. Don't waste time on what you can't control. Wow, I felt like that was so phenomenal when I was thinking about that. Being yourself means I'm not going to waste my time on what I can't control. I think I've wasted so much time, effort, and energy on worrying about things, worrying about people, and I can't do anything. I can't change that. That or certain things that happen in your life, you can't change that. You can't move it. So focus your energy on being you and doing what you can do. So I see Miss Geo here in the background. Let's welcome Boss Life Online to the show.
Hey everybody, it's Gio, Boss Life Online. How's everybody doing on this great Monday? What is this afternoon? I really do like your topic today. Uh, See, when I didn't know myself and didn't love myself, I didn't know. I just people would just do and say whatever. Sometimes I take up for myself, but it would always be in a harsh way. I mean, very harsh. Okay, because that's all I knew. To defend myself. But after accepting God in my life and going to therapy, I found out it's another way that and I was even hard on myself, Marlene, you know, but I've learned to just really embrace who I am. I'm Geo. Come on. I am all that and a bag of chips. And most importantly, I am a precious child of God. Okay? So you have to go through it. I don't even know how to explain it, but you got to find yourself in order to be yourself. You
Yeah.
understand? Like, whatever it is that you've been holding on to, it's time to let it go. Whatever it is that's been making you sad and angry, and you don't have no friends, and why people do this and why people do that to me, look inside. Find out what it is and let it go and become the beautiful person that God intended for you to be.
Exactly, Gio. You know that facing yourself, like that Michael Jackson song, "Man in the Mirror," looking at yourself, stripped down. It's having enough courage to say, "This is who I am," and also the courage enough to say, "This is what I do." And when we don't always do the best things for ourselves and to ourselves, having enough courage to say, "I need to change that. That's not good for me," or "This person isn't good for me." That's a part of loving yourself too, is not allowing people to use you, take advantage of you, treat you any type of way. That's a very important part of being yourself, is having enough courage to stand up for yourself and protect yourself. And it's something that I didn't do when I was younger, because I didn't have enough skills. I didn't have enough love for myself. I didn't have enough courage to say, "Don't treat me like that. Don't talk to me like that." That's important.
Yeah, it took me a while, just because I went to therapy and I was in there for a year, child, it took me a while to understand what really loving myself was. You know, for me, it's living the way that it's good for me to live, and being kind to myself and having empathy for myself and love for myself so that I can give it back out. And then when you love yourself, you're going to have values that you're not going to allow people to just do any kind of way. You know, when you love yourself, these are the things that me and Marlene is talking about. When she says you got to love yourself, most people are probably going to say, Marlene, I do love myself. But do they really understand what that entails? That's what I didn't get. course I love myself, child. I'm not gonna let you hit me. That's how I was. But I didn't know it was another way,
Yeah.
to make sure that I'm loving myself in the most high, is the way that I can do that. And to do that, you have to actually, it starts with respecting yourself.
Yes.
You have to respect yourself, because if you don't, you'll let anybody
Mhm.
disrespect you. And
Yep.
sometimes some people are just crazy. So I learned how to walk away instead of sitting there. Well, you this and you. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
yeah, instead of arguing with people, you just say, "That's how you are. I gotta go."
that's right. I have learned how to do that. I have learned how just not to have no response. Uh, just by, because you don't have to respond to everything. And I learned that from Marlene just by talking to her. I don't have to respond to everything. I can just look at you and say, well, bye, child. Whatever that was, it bye, Felicia. I don't even have to say nothing. Before, I didn't know how to do that. That's all a part of loving yourself, is when when, a lot of people say pick your battles. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes to me, that is true. I don't really want to pick no battle. I ain't got time to be knocked off the mountain I'm trying to climb. Okay? I don't have time for none of them distractions. Okay? I
Mhm.
just want to just be happy, and I don't want to deal with no nothing, no negative, no nothing. Let's get on this train. Let's all of us ride it until we see the heavens, or whatever, wherever we trying to go. That's
Right.
what I am about, and that's love. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? For myself and for others, because I want to take somebody with me, a lot of somebodies.
See, Gio, but I think that that's a problem. Some is that they want to take people along with them on a road or a plane to elevation, but that person does not want to elevate. They're comfortable staying where they are.
Oh, you talking about, the person that you're trying to take with you? Child, look, when they don't want to go, see you. I've learned that too. You can't. Everybody is not meant to go on the journey with you. Now, they are meant. Some people are meant, just like I heard Tyler Perry say, for
Mhm.
seasons in your life to help
Mhm.
you get here, and then they gonna drop off. Everybody not gonna make it to where you going, because that's your path. But God put people in your pathway to help you get there.
Mhm.
And then He put people in your life that's gonna stay for the whole journey.
Yep. And also one thing that I learned, boy, I was mad at my therapist when my therapist told me some people come in our life to hurt us, and that helps us. I was like, how is that gonna help me? And said, because if some people didn't come in your life and disrespect you or put you in certain situations, would you have matured? Would you have learned courage? Would you have tried to start that business? Would you have done certain things? And I was like, I didn't look at it that way. And that gave me a different perspective, that when things are happening to you, it's not because God is not there and he's not real and he doesn't see what you're going through, but he's teaching you something, or he's forming you into being something that you need to be in order to handle what's coming next.
Right. And it never, I always be like, why me? Why I got to go through this? I don't feel like going through this. God, give it to somebody else. But if I don't go through that, then whatever, like you said, Marlene, is coming my way, I'm not going to know how to handle it, because I didn't walk through to get the growth. You know, my therapist used to say, why not you?
Oh, Gia, when you say that, I used to be so angry when they used to say, "What? that's meant for you to learn that lesson. I said, I don't want to learn it. I want to return it, take it back.
Girl, I know.
I don't want it. There's certain things that we were given, like certain, the way we are, our personality, that people are naturally drawn to us, right? But, that's what it is. And Charlene says, not everyone is on the same vibe. Everybody's not going to be on the same wavelength. Everybody's not trying to elevate. Some people, when they come in our life, they're actually trying to drag you down, trying to break you down or step on you. And I have never understood the people who come in your life to try to break your spirit. And I'm like, why are you trying to break me? Or they try to step on you to elevate their own self. Like, what's that about?
Well, okay, I had to step away for a minute to
Oh,
turn
that's
this
okay.
heat off. You're saying that they don't want to elevate themselves?
No, there are certain people who come in their life and they want to break you down so that they can elevate themselves. Like the people who like to make that themselves, make you look bad so that they can look good.
So I know I've had them kind of people up in my life too, and they down somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I had to drop them out. Once I figured out what they were doing in my life, that's another lesson you got to learn. Right now, if somebody do that to me, I know right away because I have learned that lesson over and over and over until I got it. Now that I have it, and somebody come up in my life like that, I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna
No.
probably no response, but I'm just not gonna call you. You're not being invited on my platform. You're not being nowhere near me because I don't have time for people to kind of to tear me down so they can look good. When we all have gifts, all you gotta do is use them and
Exactly.
use them.
Use them, Gio. Use them. And I went to say hi, S. Oliver. How are you doing? Welcome. Her comment is that part. Whatever we're asking will eventually be tested in that area. You ask for patience, you'll be placed in a situation where you'll have to give patience.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to hate that word, patience. I was like, but I don't want to wait. I
You
want
have
it
to have
now.
patience. And you know what? And I'm glad I learned that long time ago, way before God gave me the gift of this affiliate marketing stuff, because you have to have patience. You don't got no patience, then you ain't gonna make any money. Okay? Just because it's not happening right now does not mean that it's not gonna happen in the next
Right.
4 or 5 months. It'll be like boom,
Yeah.
and that's how come I love affiliate marketing because I have, it has taught me patience.
Yep.
You
Yes,
know,
Gio. Yes, Gio. And in anything in life, if you don't learn patience, for myself, I will try to run ahead. I try to run ahead what I'm supposed to do because I'm trying to keep up with other people. I'm trying to keep up with what other people say is success. Let me tell y'all something, that success is defined in what you personally need. It doesn't
yeah,
mean that it has to be success in what that other person defines success to be. For me, so success is not going to work. I feel I'm successful, or success could be me not staying mad all day, because that's something that I definitely used to do before I was healed from that. I used to be mad all day. I could hold a grudge all day, be like, well, I'm not talking to them today, or a few weeks or a few months. But that's not good for ourselves. We think sometimes we're punishing other people, but we're punishing our own self and holding
yeah,
our own self from being our best self.
right.
We really do. Yeah. Yes, Charlene, plant seeds and build momentum. And we have to. Whatever it is that we want in our life, it doesn't just happen overnight, like Gio says. It takes time, effort, energy, building a plan, finding people that you can trust that's going to help you to get to the next level, and all of that takes time. But
Right.
in the but in the meantime, in waiting for ourselves to get where we want to get, we need to be working on ourselves. And I'll tell you something, Jill, sometimes I get tired of working on myself. I do.
I wanna do something bad, you know.
Sometimes I want to be like, why can't I tell them off, or why can't I cuss out somebody on my
Right. That's
platform?
what I'm
I want
talking about.
to.
Sometimes I just want to grab that old Geo, that one that's well,
Mm,
but when you really see, when I went to therapy and I stayed in that chair crying my eyes out and going through all of that, whenever I think like that, Marlene, I say, oh, I'm not going back. I'm just gonna have to take
yeah,
the high road on this.
yeah,
And what it is for me, I just have to say, God, you take the wheel, because it's
mhm,
too much for me.
yeah,
But see, look here, God, this is what I want to do. And then I tell God what I want to do to these people that keep getting on my last nerve for no reason, because I'm following what you said to do. And now I got to sit here, you know what I'm saying, and not say a word, because it really ain't worth it. By the time I get to explaining to God what it is, that I really want to do and why this, and I've been in like, oh well, that's your job. Then
yeah,
that's when I say I'm so glad that I understand what's my job and what's
yeah,
God's job. I have to let go
yeah,
of them people.
yeah. And I understand that fully, Gio. I had to learn there are certain things that is not my position. I had to learn in therapy that I am not other people's savior.
Right.
I can't save you. No matter how much we want to save certain people in our life, no matter how much we see wonderful things in people, and you can tell people all day, you can do this, you can do that. But if they don't first see it in themselves first, there's nothing that you can do. And I
They
had
don't
to suffer.
believe. They have to start believing in themselves. My
Mhm,
therapist used to tell me, I believe in you. So she said, I'm going to believe in you till you can believe in yourself. And when she
mhm.
said that, it struck such a big chord in me, because it made me, I just sit there and cried. I said, well, I don't even believe in myself.
Mhm,
How do you start believing in you? You
mhm.
have to start by loving you, by letting go of all the stuff that's keeping you from believing in yourself, all the hurt, the pain, the sadness, everything. I had to get at to a power greater than me, because it was hindering me from being who you see today.
Exactly, Jill.
And then once I done that, then I'll start to believe I can have whatever it is I want.
That
I
part.
can
That
go
part.
for it.
Yep.
And that's why I go for it.
Yeah, Gio, and that's something that every person has to have that own their own journey, their own walk in their life. I can give all the motivation. I can tell you, I can give you the tools, I can tell you the tips, I can share my experiences and say what I've been through. But until that person chooses to go to the door and open it and and believe in
Right,
themselves, I'm going to walk through this with faith. I'm going to walk through this with courage. I can do it, and start making choices that show that. One thing that I say over and over again all the time is you can say all day long you love yourself, but how are you proving that love? You say I love myself. What am I willing to do? How am I proving that I love myself? By your thoughts, by your actions, by the people in your life, and also by what are you willing to change, because
right.
that's a big part of having the life that you want,
How
is
about
making
how,
changes.
how what are you willing to forgive?
Mhm.
Big that part.
Yeah.
See, and it starts with you. Are you willing to forgive yourself? for some of the
Mm,
stuff you done said hurt people? Are you willing to say, I'm sorry to yourself? That's the first thing you got to do in order to even start believing in yourself. You have to forgive oneself, and everything that you done once past is that does not define who you are right now in this moment. That's what you used to do. Thank God I'm not what I used to be. I'm this, what
that,
you see today.
yep,
Okay,
yep,
so believe in yourself. It takes
yep.
work. Marlene, tell them it takes that
It
work.
does. And you know what, Gio? One of the best things that I ever got, and my mentor filled up my cup in a way that nobody else has. And she told me this one day. She says, "When are you gonna stop being bitter and walk through that door and say, I'm gonna do better?" She said, "All it is just a matter of changing around a few ideas. But you're the one that has to say, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to stop. I want to stop doing things that will harm myself. It means having courage and then showing by your actions, I love myself and this is how I show up for me."
Right,
That changed my life when she said, "So everybody has to make a choice on how they look at their life. You can be angry, bitter, nasty, all of that, or you can be positive, you can have hope, you can be at peace, you can be encouraging." And she said, but you're the one that has to choose the latter. You got to choose that. You got to stop complaining about what happened and start working on, but what am I making happen?
right. Just like you
Hmm.
can wake up in the morning, everything cool, and you feeling good, and you get this phone call, and that then just really rocks your day. But what I have learned to do is say, okay, that happened. What are you going to do about it? If it's in my control to do something about it, I will.
Mhm.
But if it's not, then I say that's a job for God. What I'm going to do right now is start my day over.
Yep.
And I choose to be happy.
Yep. Oh, when you told me that one day, I don't know if it was over the phone or it was an email or it was a text message, and you said, "Marlene, just start over," and I was like, "What's she talking about? Start over?" I said, "How can you start over?" Because that was a new thought for me, but it's giving yourself, because I hear people say all the time, "I had a bad day." And now for me, that's something impossible. You don't have bad days, you have bad moments.
Right. And you can let that moment take over your whole life for that day. You be
Yep.
mad all day long because I used to do it. I used to leave from work mad, get in the car, drive home mad, get in, go pick up my daughter mad, cooking dinner,
Yep. Matt.
slanging the pots mad.
Matt. Matt.
I don't do that today.
Yep. When something happens, you guys know I'm notorious for when I feel like it's some negativity or some evil or something. I will go to the door quick and I will say, "Devil, get out of here. You don't belong." I'll say
Yeah,
that quick if I feel like something is trying to attack my spirit or something's trying to attack my thoughts. You got to learn to replace that negative energy with something positive. And if you
right,
don't, it's going to control your whole day. But do you allow it? Do you allow that negativity to control you? Or
right,
are you going to say, "Nope, nope, that's enough. That's enough."
right. This is a great topic, Marlene. It really is. So, when we talk about like loving ourselves, I think this is the first time that we ever just said what it is. I don't
Yeah,
know if we ever really talked about it as deep as we have
I don't
today.
think so.
Like it's a number of things. It's just not under that word love comes self respect, forgiveness for yourself, self respect,
Mhm.
courage, whatever else is of that. What are your values? What are you trying to change? All of this. I don't have to do this no more. I give myself permission to just be happy no matter what today. All of that is love for yourself. And I
Yep.
did not have all of that. I had to read. I don't think I ever did. I think that
Wow.
once I went through therapy, that's when I learned how to do it. I used to tell my therapist that it's another way.
Yep.
She said, "Yeah, it's another way to think differently about it."
Yep.
I say, "Really?"
Hmm.
Because I
Yep.
didn't have a clue. Okay,
Yep. Yep.
not a clue.
I have to say, Gio, that I didn't know that there was certain ways, different perspectives, because I just wanted to be big mad all the time because that's how people around me was. That's the reason why our associates, our friends, our relative who you're in a relationship are all important because they impact you and the direction of your life and the momentum, the force, the elevation, your light, your energy, your peace of mind. It affects all of those things. So if you don't have good people in your life, they're going to drag you down. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So great topic, great discussion. Thank you so much for joining me on this podcast, Gio. I really appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to go down. Okay.
Okay. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Okay.
Yes, guys. I wanted to do this podcast because I think it's so important for us to continuously work on encouraging our own self. Encourage your own self and tell yourself that you can, even when you don't understand, even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, especially when people are coming against you and telling you you can't do something. You have to encourage your own self and then inspire yourself. I can do it no matter how I feel, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what my finances are at the moment. Inspire your own self and remind yourself what you're made of. You're made strong, you're made capable, deserving, worthy, but you got to support your own self. And also, in being yourself, it means that however I am, people are going to like me, not like me, but I'm not going to change who I am. The right people will be drawn to me, and the other people will fall off. And it takes a lot of courage to stand in those shoes and to say, I'm not going to waver. Nope. I'm not going to waver. I'm not going to change. I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to love every single part of me. And that takes courage and confidence. So, all of you motivators, be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself. You can do it. And the people who don't like you, leave them alone. Focus on you and improve the quality of your life. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Motivated Podcast. I hope there was a message in here for somebody to feel encouraged, inspired, and to be more of yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow for the regular doses of positivity. And in the morning, I have the Motivated Daily, which is uploaded at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have not hit the like on the way in, if you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel. If you have not joined my channel membership, join channel membership and you get a background of support that you don't get here in the public. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. And you know what I say over here on Marlene Motivates? Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Shout out to the channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you.
forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, boy.